Hey, this is Miss D for Six Women Sports. Please, if you like, please hit the like button, share, comment. And I wanted to come up here and talk about the Caitlin Clark drama. She had a karma last night. Only scored 11 points. She went 0 for 7 from three, and the Valkyries had a big win after coming back from 10 points down. Yes, so I was very happy about that. Yeah, I was very happy about that. That the Valkyries came back and won. It looked very crazy. It wasn't shooting very well. So let me share my screen. Let's go inside the numbers. So yeah, they won. Came back and won by 11, 88 to 77. And let's get into it. So she played 34 minutes. Caitlin Clark, 0 for 7 for three. She had 9 assists, 1 steal, and 6 turnovers. So it's kind of I had nine assists, but I only had 6 turnovers. And 6 turnovers, but I had 9 assists. So it kind of cancels itself out. And so both teams at 6-6. And the reason why I say that she got her karma because the other game she just acted like a complete fool. For some reason she has it out for JC Sheldon. It's been happening since college. You notice that if you play her physical, she doesn't want to play physical with you. And then when you touch her, she flops and then complains to the referees. And there was one particular video that she threw herself towards the back of she was in front of JC Sheldon, and she threw herself towards JC Sheldon, like almost like she gonna headbutt her. Hey, big girl, how you doing? Yeah, she threw herself in front of JC Sheldon, as though she wanted to headbutt her. So she just been acting crazy the whole game. She's pushing off with the shots, and so the reason why I say Caitlin's karma because the next game, of course, they played physical against her, and she only had 11 points, and her logo three wasn't falling last night, and so yeah. And so they talked to Natalie Nagasi, who's the head coach of the Golden State Valkyries, who's doing a great job. She's doing a fantastic job with the team. I didn't think she was going to do this well because a lot of these players they got seemed like they was throwaways. But you got Teamy playing pretty good. They brought back Letitia Amahir from South Carolina, who's every time she come in, she provide a spark as far as rebounding, scoring. So let me see. Hold on. Let me see how many points she had. So let me see. She provided a spark off the bench. She played 19 minutes. She had 10 points. She had 4 blocks and 3 rebounds in 19 minutes. So she was doing her thing. Of course, you had Chloe Bibby. She had 12 points. So they bench is solid. Kate Martin came in and scored 14 points. And so, of course, Kayla Thornton is playing pretty well. She played her way to me. She's an all-star. So yeah, I'm just not expecting. I did not expect this team to be this good at all. Right, that is what happens when your spirit is ugly, and she has an ugly spirit, and then try to hide, throw rocks and hide her hands. Hey, Jacob Home, how you doing? How you doing? So yeah, she had just a bad game, and I enjoyed it. And they was talking to Natalie Agassi about her team, and let me see. Let me share my screen. I'll share some of the press conference that she had. Fair use.
Sorry, I gotta get a dry cleaner. Okay. All right, Marissa, hit me.
Natalie, just how good of a response was this after the Dallas game to come out and not only win, but to lock down on Caitlin so much, to have the defensive effort that you did?
That's what I was looking for.
Thank you for supporting me.
Maximum effort, 80 possessions. We talked
Thanks,
about
Renee
it.
McCoy. How
But
you
on
doing?
top of that, well, to be honest, our first half wasn't great. I had to get on them. I think they had 44 at half. That's way too many points for that team. So I didn't really like the first half. And then we went over a couple of coverages that we were giving up layups, backdoor cuts, easy just turnaround on Aaliyah Boston. So we just had to make corrections, make some adjustments. Much happier with the effort and the rebounding. Yeah.
LA had 4 block shots, 10 points, just felt like she was really aggressive, especially in the second half. What did you just see from her, and what did you like from her performance today?
That last offensive board, I thought that was key. I thought that really closed the game. So again, she has that like Kobe mentality face, like she never smiles throughout the game. So I just love that killer instinct that she brings every single game. Yeah.
Natalie, if I can follow up on LA, she got cut. You know, it was a tough cut for you guys.
Yeah.
To have her stay ready, come back,
Yep.
fit right back in.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that mean? What does it tell you about her?
She's very mature and she's a true pro, right? A lot of people, a lot of people would probably get down, get disappointed, but she hung with it. She continued, like you said, she continued to work out. She stayed in shape, and then that's hard, right? How do you manage that just on your own? So just credit to her. But yeah, the best thing about LA is like you can draw her play, boom, she'll execute it. No, she just plays with no fear, and that's what I love about her.
Quick follow up, 45 bench points. What does that tell you about your team?
Our team just stays ready, but I think it's, again, credit to like our coaching staff. Like they do so much off the court stuff behind the scenes that you guys will never see. You guys don't know how many texts they send, how much video they send, how much just love and support that sometimes they just need in terms of positive texts. So again, credit to my coaching staff, but credit to the players that just stay ready and want to work extra. They're not just working, they work extra. So just credit to Chloe, our whole bench, LA, Tip is, she's not really our bench, but Tip and Kate. Kate went out there and balled her ass off. Yeah.
Tip seemed to really embrace the challenge of taking on Caitlin in the fourth quarter defensively. I was wondering, aside from her tenacity, what are some traits that Tip has that allowed her to be an effective defender on Clark in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we saw that. I saw that matchup last year, so we knew it was something like we could go to. So she has a lot of reps, with the one-on-one matchup.
No, I'm gonna stop it right
Tip's
here
quick.
because I want
She's-
Quarter defensively. I was wondering, aside from her tenacity, what are some traits that Tip has that allowed her to be an effective defender on Clark in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, we saw that. I saw that matchup last year, so we knew it was something like we could go to. So she has a lot of reps, with the one-on-one matchup. Tip is quick. She's one of the quickest players that I've been around, so we kind of understand, too, not just the physicality we can put on Caitlin, but just the quickness, because sometimes quicker guards bother people's handles. So just, again, high IQ from Tip, and then Tip is just fearless. She wanted the moment, she wanted the ball at the end, and, yeah, she closed it for us. Yeah.
Your players didn't really want to answer specifically, but can you just say what the general idea was on Caitlin? Was it blitz the pick and roll essentially?
I mean, you guys, saw what we're doing, right? But like I said, just to the prior press conference before was we were being disruptive. We know that she doesn't like physicality, right? We know that she wants to get to that left step back. I mean, to me, all the times, I watched her in Iowa. So she loves that left step. It's like almost like a layup for her. So again, we're just making sure that she wasn't getting into rhythm and then that she was just seeing multiple bodies.
her bench. Of course, Tip is not a bench player, but she was. Yeah, she gives a better press conference than Tyler. She seems more confident in Tyler. Right. That's why I call him Coach Whispers. But I don't know. Did Reddit say something? Oh no, Jake Capone said they got the wrong coach. Well, Jeff got the coach that he wanted. I really do think that Jeff was afraid of Teresa Witherspoon's her, I wouldn't say aggressive, but she's very opinionated and she know what to do. I mean, she's a Hall of Famer. And if you take a look, I keep saying this, if you take a look last year when they drafted Angel. Now I think he wanted Kamilla. You know, she's 6'7". You can't really teach 6'7". A 6'7" player in the WNBA is like a 7-foot player. Um, he didn't want Angel like that, and she was very excited to see that people, for some reason, especially the Lynx, I know they biting their stuff in the butt. They passed up on Angel, and so he didn't want that strong uh coach. He wanted somebody he could boss around, a yes person, and Teresa Witherspoon was not that type of coach, and not that type of her. She has a strong personality. She's a leader. The players that play for her love her. The players that play with her love her, and she's just a strong personality, and that's not what he wanted. And Natalie, don't let it fool you that she's only 5'1". She's strong too. So he got the coach he wanted. I mean, I'm not saying Tyler is a bad guy, but Tyler is seem like a yes person, is gonna do everything that Jeff wanted him to do. And so that's why it's not working out. And so yeah, I would like to have Natalie. I don't think it will work out because of how seem like she's strong as well. It was not gonna work out with Natalie. And, and I'm gonna say something real kind of crazy, but think about it. Overall, besides Angel, Camilla, and maybe Ariel Atkins, the Golden State Valkyries have a better team. They brought in some good vets and Timmy, and Tip Hayes, and surprisingly, Kate Martin is playing pretty good. I didn't see it. You bring in some international players that play pretty good. So they have a bench. They have some guards that the Sky don't have. And so overall, they have a better team. They seem to know their roles. They seem to know what they're doing out there. And I think besides Angel sometime, who's out there still balling, some of the Sky, even sometimes Camilla, for some reason, they don't know what to do. And that could be coaching. That could be knowing your personnel. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a Caitlin space, but I also want to talk about the Sky because I don't understand why Tyler Marsh is still playing people out of their position. Like it's like it seemed like he's sabotaging his team. It was like at least 2 more wins they supposed to had. You know, at least 5 wins. You playing Rachel Banham at the point. She's handling the ball. She turned the ball over. You're not putting Michaela out there. Like it was the game against the Dream. When Michaela was on Ryan Howard doing an excellent job. Excellent job. But for some reason, he set her on the bench and put Kia Nurse out there. And I know Kia Nurse has a better outside shot, but Kia Nurse has not been playing good as far as the perimeter and her defense. She got cooked. Half those 36 points, over half those 36 points that she had 9 and most of those 3-pointers was on Kia Nurse defense. And the game, when you set Michaela out, I think they had maybe either they was up by 1 or behind by 2 or something like that, and they kind of pulled away because Kia Nurse was getting cooked, and you ain't bring Michaela back to play Ryan Howard. So I don't understand that. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I don't trust the Lynx. You know, I will get back to what I was saying about the Sky, but I don't trust the Lynx because the problem with the Lynx last year is that they had nobody to really guard Stewie. They had nobody to really guard Jonquel Jones, and then they let Baby Sabley and Phoebich cook them, and they pretty big players, and they kind of small up front. They kind of small in front court. So drafting Angel, I think she would have been perfect And maybe they would have won the championship last year. Who knows? You know, but hey. Yeah, well, they didn't want Angel. I think you know what happened? They didn't value Angel. They didn't see Angel coming. Far as they just thought she's a motor person, and they didn't realize that she was averaging high double doubles. And they didn't believe in her. But sometimes you need that spark, that high motor person. And she's not afraid of John Quell Jones. And I think she would did a great job against John Quell Jones. But we also have to understand that Cheryl Reeves do not like to play rookies. So I don't know if she would have played her. Yes, that's what it seemed like. Remember Caitlyn versus Angel, Larry versus Magic type thing. Right. And I don't understand why you didn't want to what she was bringing to the game, because like I said, she's not afraid of John Quell Jones. She would have guarded John Quell Jones. She would have guarded Stewie. She would have guarded mostly everybody, and took pressure. Oh, I don't understand it. It took pressure off her feet, and they would have played pretty good together. Right. All those rebounds she would have got for the Lynx. All those rebounds. But I don't know if it could have been a reason that she didn't get picked. Like I said, for some reason they didn't see Angel coming. They say, oh, the things that she do in college was not translate, but I don't understand that. She rebounds very well. She's a great passer. She can handle the ball for her size. I guess they was looking at her shooting, but that could be corrected. But the things that Angel do, you can't teach. You cannot teach the effort. You can't teach the motor, the want to. You say you're not buying that, and I don't know. I think Minnesota passed her up. I'm trying to think the other teams that passed her up. Before she got to the oh, I like Cam, but just think if she would have played Rakia and Angel, Rakia and Angel, because before Cam got drafted, she had that knee injury, and so yes, Cam, when she's in the game, she's a good rebounder. She could score. She scored a little bit better than Angel, but she don't have Angel's motor. And Angel was not injured, right? The CC fans tanked her stock but any GM worth his weight would have seen the value. Yeah, yeah. I don't understand what these GMs was thinking. Like the Sparks could have used her. Cam's still not playing. I don't know how many games she played last year. She didn't play this year. Angel played through injury. She had a shoulder. She had a hand injury she's still dealing with. Yeah, yeah. I don't understand what Cheryl, and Cheryl seemed like a very good player evaluator. You know, she comes from the Bill Lambier coaching staff with the Trey Shot. He's a good at drafting players. You got to remember before um uh Becky Hammond came to the Aces, he drafted Asia Wilson. And now, of course, it wasn't hard to draft Asia Wilson, but I'm just saying he put together that team that eventually won the year after he did he get fired? Wow, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But hindsight is 2020. But yeah, the Lynx and the Sparks is probably kicking themselves in the butt because Rakia is still available, Angel's still available, but Cameron Brink is still dealing with that knee, and you could have had Angel on the floor. So you could have had Angel, um, Rakia Jackson, Azra Stevens, and Hamby. And then you could have had Plum. And I think the team would have been a lot better off right now. You know, I think because of Yeah, I think they would have been better, even though this coach they have now is more like a run and gun type coach who wants to run a gun, but the only players that can really shoot the three is Plum and maybe on a consistent basis Plum and Barker, Ashley Barker. She's not using her players that that don't do that. She has a lot of post up players. She has a lot of good front court players. Now Rakia is not a 3-point threat, but she's just not playing the players that are right in the right system right now. But the system she want is not valuable. So a lot of these general managers are making very big mistakes. But I think Jeff wanted the players he wanted. For some reason, he put all the eggs in the basket for a 37-year-old getting ready to retire. She was on the bench. A lot of people don't know she was on the bench with the Liberty, Vandersloot. So Cheryl also said that Angel was the steal in the draft and that GMs agreed. Yeah, but like I said, hindsight of 20, she could play on any team and be the starter on any team. Any team. She beat out Isabella Stevens, Izzy. So that causes that last year they caused a rift. They caused a rift last year with the veterans. But she beat her out. And now instead of well, maybe you never know. Maybe I don't know what the Lynx can do, but they definitely made a big mistake and they didn't take pressure off of Fee. Yep, Isabel Harrison. She beat her out, and it caused a rift. Like the veterans last year was going against Angel. It was a lot of sabotage, and people would just want to blame Kennedy Carter. And it was more than Kennedy Carter. It was Dana Evans. They was all just being very nasty towards Angel and doing some sabotage stuff towards Angel and Kamilla. Right. And last night she played okay, but yeah, she's average. But so Sky fans, I'm a Sky fan. Oh, I'm an Angel fan. I love the Sky, but I'm also an Angel Camilla fan. Um, I don't know what they could do this year. Um, I don't see them making the playoffs because they can't not hold. If they do have a lead, they can't hold it. They coach can't rotate. His rotations is all off whack. Um, he's not going with the hot hand. He has too many favorites like Kia Nurse and Bam Bam, Rachel Banham. There's no way they should be starting. E Will should be starting more. Michaela should be starting more and put her in her right position. I want her to play the 4 and then move Angel to the 3. Have Camilla out there, have HBL, and then Arrow Atkins. Now, a player that's still out there, um, because like I said, you have Rachel Benham handling the ball a lot. Angel can handle the ball. She's a great passer, but I don't want her handling the ball. You have Ari McDonald out there. You have Deja Kelly still out there. You have Diamond Johnson. You have some guard. You have Destiny Henderson. Yes. Yes. Please vote for Angel. She deserve it. She really do. Yeah. Yeah. But he seemed like he's stubborn. He's very stubborn. You have to listen to Angel Camilla. It's their team. You have to listen to them. Right. I don't understand the players that they got rid of, and you kept Rachel Banham and Kia Nurse, and I called them the Bad News Bears. You ever seen? Go check it out if you don't know. It's a movie called The Bad News Bears. They cannot win for nothing, you know, and that's what they remind me of. Yeah, I saw that. So I'm gonna have to just stuff the ballot box. I had to vote and vote. Yeah, but sometimes Arrow Atkins frustrate me. The last game she got crushed by Sykes Slim. She was taking her to the basket, doing everything she wanted to do. It's almost like Slim, like, "Yeah, I know you. We was teammates last year. I know your weaknesses." And then Errol Atkins seemed, even as a veteran, she seemed very timid to shoot. And so, one player that shoot, if you put her in there, she won a contract, and that's Ari McDonald. She was playing good with the Fever. They just didn't have no room to keep her because they paying and that's my girl, Sid Colson. I remember when Angel said Teaspoon thinks I'm supposed to play the entire 40 minutes. Right. Teaspoon love Angel. She love they the same type of people. They motivate their team. They're very, come on, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. They very they hype up the team, and so they have the same personality. They want to win. They do anything to win. So yeah, she trusted Angel. Right. But one player that's playing good, like I said, the Valkyries is playing pretty good. And yeah, so I can't even think of her name right. I went blank just that quick. Um, so yeah, we'll see what the Sky going to do with far as bringing in some players. I don't know if they're going to do that because the players they have now and the way they play defense and the coaching staff and people saying they should fire. I think they should fire. Unfortunately, Tyler Marsh. Angel replacement. They haven't played Maddie though. I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. You playing something going on in the practice. They not playing Maddie. They're playing Kia Nurse, and we not seeing the complete package from Maddie because he's not playing her. We seeing a lot of Rachel Banno. I heard someone say that criticized Teaspoon and Marky all came from the same coaching tree. Yep, the Louisiana Tech. Uh, the Louisiana Tech. I think all of them coached at Louisiana Tech under Leon Barmore, the Hall of Fame coach. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it in the middle of the season, but they should. But be prepared. The player, the coach that everybody want, that everybody talking about, that's on the bench, Rena. They might not choose her. The next up is going to be Tanisha Wright, the former coach of the Dream. And no, let's go Arena. Let's go Arena. But they do need to fire Jeff. And they need to fire Mark Tyler too. They had to both go out the door. But I don't know. The owners seem to be happy with Jeff. They need a new ownership. The owner need to sell the team. He not really serious about winning. It seemed like Jeff don't know what he doing. He got fleeced by the Mystics, and we see what the Mystics did with the draft pick that they got um from the Sky. So yeah, we could still make the playoffs. All we have to do is be better than Mystic Sparks. Uh you might be better than the Sun and the Wings, but if I had a choice on who get the last spot out of all these teams that you said, the Valkyries have a better spot. And I don't think I can't see the Sky doing it because not because of Angel. Angel gonna do what she gonna do. Angel gonna be she's gonna give her all. Kamilla, she's gonna be gone. She playing overseas, so I don't know who they. Yeah, but I think that's what she's in the second coaching seat. So she's next up. But you got to remember, you said they can make the playoffs, but I don't want any. But I kind of don't want to make it because Jeff and might stay. Yeah, yes. Well, yeah, yeah. But okay, they make it right, and they get bounced out, they get swept, so they can still lose their job even with a sweep in the playoffs. But I don't see them making it unless they bring in somebody to replace Kamilla. Somebody really had to step up in the paint besides Angel. So unless they get another bigger player to come in, maybe a Bradford, Thank you, big girl. She said she had all that dang talent and underperformed. Yeah, yeah, she did underperform. Now they made the playoffs last year, the Dream, but they had a losing record when they made the playoffs last year, and they got swept. Well, semi-swept. So Camilla's going overseas. I don't know who you could replace her with. You put a lot of pressure on Angel, so I don't know. No, I don't see him making it because of Camilla leaving, and then the defense the defense was already struggling, and who are they going to get to guard that middle besides Angel? E will sometime. Hold on, let me read this. As far as I'm concerned, Teaspoon, yes, she did. Yes, and she had less talent and less drama, and she still didn't have a. You had a shoot. You had Ryan Howard was still on the team even before they bring in BG. You had Ryan Howard. You had Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray this year playing like an MVP candidate. We know she's an all star. Yep, Tanisha Roan. Yep, they did beat them to get in. All of our starters were out. Let's be real. Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Yeah, they was. But I still like this team last year. Even though I said the Dream was better, I mean the Dream was better than last year's Sky team. As much drama, they had a little bit more talent than this year's team, the Sky team. This year's Sky team. Like you have everybody rejects. Sloot was on the bench. She's 36 years old, getting ready to be 37. Kia Nurse come off an injury. She's getting older. You have Rachel Bannon, who's a all these players besides Sloot, who used to be a star, were role players. And you have a lot of role players playing starter minutes, and they're not the same players. That's when you activate Maddie if you want to be right. Well, you have nothing to lose. Play your rookies. Play Maddie. Play a lot more HBL. See what she have. Try to turn the offense into something. Try to turn the offense into her strengths, what she did at TCU. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like you gave away. We was talking about that. We was like, oh, there's no way Jeff could get rid of the third pick and get rid of this pick. He gave away mostly all his picks, and then you picked a player, Simca, who's not even coming over here this year, and who knows if she's coming in next year. And you need to win now. That's what you said. You said you wanted to win now, and you have players that's not over here helping. Because Simca could have helped. I don't know. You know, and Centron, I wanted Centron, and she's playing pretty good with the Mystics. Yeah, they should have been projected there last this year, because honestly, they had a better group of players than they did this year. Yeah, yeah. Um, she's better playing like a two, even though she's kind of small. But Errol Atkins, for some reason, won't demand the ball. She won't demand bringing the ball up for some reason, and I don't understand that. Yeah, she is a shooter, and they had to figure out how to use her. Like, I want to see Louisville HVL. I want to see TCU HVL where she's take it to the basket, mid range, and she know how to pass to the bigs. And we do need a point guard. But I also think Atkins sometimes do not demand the ball. There's no way that you in the game and you let Rachel Banham bring the ball up and just jack up shots. That's another thing. Why do Rachel Banham have the green light to jack up shots? I mean, what is Tyler thinking? So that happened a lot in the Atlanta Dream game. That happened a lot the last game. She's shooting you out the game. They're turning the ball over. Errol Atkins is running from the ball. So that's what it seemed like. That's what's happening. Yeah, but she's not being aggressive. Reddit Milkaway. She's not being aggressive. She need to tell her, hey, I'm the guard. She's not really a guard. Rachel is not a guard. And so you bringing the ball up, you jacking up shots. So that's the problem I have with Rachel. But I don't know what players they could bring in for the push them over the playoff hump. That's why you have Angel bring the ball up and pass to HBL and AA let them work. Yeah, they good at setting screens. But I want Atkins not necessarily to be aggressive offensively. I want her to bring the ball up. I don't want necessarily Angel to bring the ball up all the time. She can. She's a great passer. But I want her to be more setting the screens. And then I want Angel to be also aggressive and roll to the basket. And either you're going to lay the ball up or you're going to get fouled. So that's what I want from him. Yeah. But this is the team that Jeff put together. And this is the team that Tyler had to figure out who's going to do who what. But we just going to have to figure out. I want to see more E. Will and Michaela play on us at the same time with Angel and Kamilla. Before I don't know if Kamilla left yet. Before she leave and see what we have, and can we trust E. Will when Kamilla is gone? And I want to see more Maddie. You had nothing to lose, and that's what I like about. Let's go back to the bouts. That's what I like about the bouts. They wasn't afraid to play their young players. So the Mystics. Now the record don't show it, but I like the way what the Mystics are doing. The mixture of the vets and the rookies. What Ariel's supposed to do when the vets want to play solo? She has to demand the ball. She's the vet. She's the vet. I think she's older than a lot of as far as the years, as far as playing. She's the vet. Oh, she wasn't. I watched bits and pieces of the Mystics. Okay, so that's not her personality, but she has to. They brought you in here. They gave a draft pick away. They said, "Hey, it's you and Sloot's team," even though it's not. That's the message that Jeff gave. We could really literally make the playoffs with our current team. I don't know. I don't like. I don't like. I don't like. I don't know. Like I said, the rotation's not good. When something's working, you have to stick with it. Yes. Um, Tyler Marsh. His rotations is messed up. He don't know when to substitute certain players in and when to bring them in. We have too much of Rachel Banham as a starter. I don't want her to be a starter. Exactly. Every time I see her in the starting lineup, it's not good. And people say, well, it don't matter who start. Yes, it do. Because if she's turning the ball over, if she's jacking up shots, you take yourself out the game in the first. It's a deflator. The team is deflated. Yeah, but that's on coaching. Our players are decent enough to make. Like I said, we'll see. But they have to bring in. I mean, they have to use the players that you haven't been using. And a lot of people don't know we need a guard. If she was still healthy, I don't want to see what she had. And that was Mariah Jefferson. She's been injured. She has a guaranteed contract, so it's been kind of hard bringing in guards unless they you cut somebody. So she's taking up money space. The Bucks are younger. Too many old players. Yeah, exactly. They can't run for long periods. Plus, Tyler doesn't have a. You're right. They are getting older, and that was a big mistake by Jeff, telling Sloot. For some, I don't know why he got Sloot on the brain. She was on the bench in the championship team, like the New York Liberty, and you brought her in acting like she was still the same Sloot she was when they won the championship. She's not the same player. She got injured as well this year, but she got injured prior. And Ariel Atkins is 28. She's not too old. But you have E Will come off an injury. Kia Nurse come off an injury. She's getting older. Rachel Bannon was always a role player. And right, the Vox are younger, but they still get coached better. Yeah, he better play Maddie. For some reason, he has an in for Maddie. So I think Tyler should play Maddie as a 4, and he's going to put Angel with the 5 position when okay. And then mix in also E Will. You got to mix her in, mix up some Michaela as well. That makes sense, but you can't wait for Kamilla to leave before. Right. Absolutely right. You had to bring in Maddie, see what she has, so she can run with the starters. And she at least had to be in the 6th player to come off the bench. The first player to come off the bench should be her if you're gonna bring her off the bench. Ooh, what seed are we in now? I have no clue, but let me see. Hold on 1 second. You said that's Tyler Mo. 1 second. Let me type it in. Okay, hold on. Let me oh, we're 11th. Okay. Yeah, let me see who ahead of us. Because right now, you have the Fever who's 5-5, and you have the Valkyries who is 5-5. So you have the Valkyries. No, 6-6. I'm sorry. They're 6-6. Indiana 6-6. So you'll be kind of going with them far as the the lower seeds. Yeah, we only have 3 wins right now. And then ahead of us, of course, is the Mystics. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. You have the Aces 5-6. You have the Sparks 4-9, and Chicago 3-8. The Sun and Dallas, we beat them. So yeah. So the Aces look like they're gonna be the last one of the last teams. It's probably between the Aces, the Balks, and what I just say, maybe the Fever. So it's gonna be an uphill battle for them. It's gonna be an uphill battle for the Sky to win. And I don't know how many games that they have to. Well, they had to string together some wins. They have a rough schedule. I think they have Indiana again, and I have to see their schedule. So anybody in the chat know that I think we're going to. I think we're losing games on purpose. He hits the best players. He sits the best players down, and we're getting. When we, I don't understand. I don't know. That's kind of strange if he is doing that. Why would he do that, knowing that if he messed this up, far as Tyler Marsh, if he messed this up, then he might not get another coaching job. So he might not even get another coaching job if he messes it up. You know? Yeah, I don't understand why he would sabotage like that. The sad part that most teams are dealing with is injuries, and the Sky just can't win. Yeah, and unfortunately, like I said, they have players under contract, and they have to decide who they should I think they could get rid of Key and Nurse. I'm not sure who they can cut to bring in some players because right now with certain contracts they can't bring in anybody. Um, Charles was out there. I kind of like Charles, but the Wings brought her back, and they could have used her in the front court. Uh, so they saw value. They cut her. They liked her, but they for some reason they had more injuries, so they could bring her back. And so yeah, but I don't know if he's sabotaging. I just think that it sounds like he in over his head, and I think Jeff is sabotaging as far as just getting in the way. You don't see a lot of GMs in practice. He in practice, he's shooting around the team, and sometimes it's good to be invisible. And he's telling Angel she need to play better, and I don't know, Angel doing the best she can. Everybody else has not been consistent. She's the only one that really been consistent, and so I don't know what he want Angel to do. You bring the players in, the players that rejects. So I don't know what you want Angel to do about that. You need to be behind the scenes. I'm sure he is. If he worth his salt, he should be telling Tyler, hey, let's pick it up here. But I don't know what they're gonna do when Angel leave. Yes, play Maddie, play E Will a little bit more, play Michaela. Um, I think Bradford's still out there. Um, Queen Apple is still out there. I believe Jeff would do anything to make Angel look bad because he didn't want her and really wants to trade her. But she the only one, right? Yeah, I don't think he likes Angel. But you know what? I have a feeling he's gonna be the first to go before she go. The owner can't be that crazy to think that I'm gonna keep Jeff P and not keep Angel as much as the fans battered merchandise. No, I don't think they tanking. I don't think they tanking at all. I just think that you had the wrong players. These players are older. They're not starters. You playing role players as starters. You're not playing the players that I think you should play. And Rachel Bamham, like yeah, she can't shoot consistently. She turned the ball over, and she can't even move. She's so chunky. She can't even move up and down the court. So on defense, she just not a player that you will play as a starter. But I don't understand why they would because Jeff traded our pick in a certain like a certain exactly. You gave Slew anything she wanted. She's an older player. You gave her anything. Oh, Slew saying, well, "I'm not gonna come to Chicago until you give me this." Why would you do that? No other GM would let a player dictate what they was going to what they should get, especially at 36, 37 years old, and your best days are behind you. There's no way that Jeff any other general manager would have did that. He said, "Please trade her." Oh, the fans gonna be upset about that. No, look, don't trade Angel. Just the CBA is coming up next year, and everybody's on a 1 year deal. This could easily turn around next year. This year is like a wash. Unless you make a big splash, next year it's gonna be better. But no, don't trade her. You just have to get rid of Jeff. And if they don't, they just have to. I want Dwayne Wade to be the general manager, and if you make him the general manager, he can go to the owner and say, "Hey, look, Angel is your moneymaker. Do not make Angel frustrated by just do anything." Yeah, by herself. All the merchandise, the jerseys. I'm sure you had hats. I'm sure you had all type of things. Yeah. He wanted to make Angel look bad, but Angel's not looking bad. You looking bad. You looking very incompetent as a general manager. Very incompetent. If Slew said that, then she didn't see Angel as a superstar. Total disrespect because no one is coming to see Slew. Exactly. Exactly. Even when they won a championship, nobody was coming to see Vandersloot. You know, nobody was coming to see her. But yeah, he let her dictate um who she wanted to play with before she came to the Sky. You know, it's very difficult for players. I mean, it's very difficult for the Sky to get players because they don't have the facilities and they don't treat the players as well as far as pregame meals. It's just a hot mess. And then Jeff is not easy to get along with. So a lot of players didn't want to stay here. So, you know, we had Kai Copper. I think that would have been excellent. We would have been talk. You know what? They would have been at least fifth place if Kai Copper would have stayed. And then you had Kennedy. Yup, it is backfiring on Jeff. Yeah, Angel is still dealing with um vets who well last year is mostly jealousy and animosity. This year is mostly veterans that don't have the either they too old or they not aggressive enough. And Angel is only her second year. She's more aggressive than Errol Atkins. So she needed the right bets to come in, and Jeff picked the wrong bets. Like Natasha Cloud, that type of energetic player to play their role. AT could have been good, but they don't want to come here. Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking at the veterans they could have had, and I'm like, you know, they like I said, fire Jeff, get Dwayne Wade there, and if you don't want to be a true owner of the team, sell the team. I think they get a facility next year. Upgrade your facilities, upgrade the way you treat the players. They just need a whole upgrade so players want to come to the Sky. I mean, Chicago is a pretty good city. There's no reason why you can't get players to come there. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I'm talking about Sloot and Rebecca Allen. You see what Rebecca said about T. Yeah. So you had some players that liked it, teaspoon. Some players that didn't. You had some players that was causing drama, but always wanted to blame Kennedy Carter. Now she had her faults, um, but Kennedy Carter was not the only toxic person, and it started with Jeff and the way that Jeff acted as a general manager. Every time he wanted to say something negative or he perceived that something was going on in the locker room, he would go to the media and kind of put out hints or put out stories about Kennedy Carter. And yeah, it was just a whole bunch of drama. And he's like I said, he's the main reason. He's the toxic person with the Sky. He's the self-sabotaging person with the Sky. And I don't know what you want Angel. Now Angel ain't gonna say that because Angel, she respects her coaches, but sometimes you know he has to. She has. To, I hope she goes to the owner and say, "Look, this is not working. We need a real general manager." And I'm sure she's looking at what the Mystics are doing over there with Kamilla Wyman, their coaching staff. Last year, you know, forget Tyler Marsh. Sidney Johnson is the coach who was doing a great job with, even though they're not winning, but the way he's using them, they easily stay in games. And that's the Mystics. They're very fun to watch, and you respect them. They play you hard. Sidney Johnson was on last year's Sky coaching team, coaching squad. Yeah, she did look better than one Sloot led. So Sidney Johnson was the coach of the Sky, assistant coach. That lets you know that he really wanted to get rid of everyone that was a part of uh Teresa Weatherspoon's coaching staff. Why didn't you hire Sidney Johnson? He's a well-respected coach. He has more coaching experience. Exactly. And he's very he's not timid like Coach Marsh is. He's not timid. And the way he's coaching, the way he mixes up the veterans with the rookies, I like that. I like the offense they run. They don't have just players just jacking up shots. They have players playing within their strengths and not their weaknesses. He has the right players playing on the floor for the starters. His rotations are pretty good. And I was like, I forgot he was on the Skies, but you bring in Tyler Marsh. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Whew. So they just had to look at what the Mystics doing. I like what the think about the Mercury. I didn't see this from the Mercury. They got with a got well, Diana Taurasi retired. Brittany Griner walked away. I thought AT was on the decline a little bit, just a little bit, and she's playing like an all-star. I knew Satu. I did a video. I knew Satu was gonna be good. I just think she wanted out of Dallas. She looked healthier, skinnier. She's not injured, and we all know what she could do when she's not injured and she in shape and she very motivated. She's an all-star. But she averaging like 20 points a game. Now, last game she didn't play good in the first half against the Liberty, but the second half she was heating up. So yeah, a lot of these other teams with the rookie head coach, as far as Phoenix, who else is playing pretty good? Of course, the Mystics. They playing pretty good. Playing pretty good. But I don't know. Plus, there's no jealousy on the team. The vets are happy with their rookies. Yep, yeah. Just waiting for a draw. Yes, 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 big girl. And they have the right vets. Dawson still act like she's very motivated to still play after all this time, and so is Brittany Sykes. She's finally having a breakout. She's kind of was hiding behind a little bit. Errol Atkins, yeah, that team is going to be pretty good. They put it together. They put it together. Well, Angel is that's the problem. She is the franchise player, and they have to respect that she is a franchise player. Sloop is, you know what, the injury that was the last straw because she's getting ready to be 37 years old, and I think we saw the last of Sloop. She is your franchise player. She wants to work hard. She is going to get better. It's just that right, right. They are playing in their rightful positions and doing things that's beneficial to their strengths and not their weaknesses. Um, I don't want Angel always bringing up the ball. She had some turnovers last game. Now she can pass. I don't want her in that role necessarily right now. Um, I think the difference between her and AT, even though they're doing some of the similar things, is that AT been doing this for a little bit more, and AT has a better jump shot um, than Angel do. Even though I think Angel can hit that jump shot, she has to take it. Right now, like I said, you have what, 3 wins? You have nothing to lose. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall. You have to play play a little bit more Matty. You have nothing to lose. Let's see what you got. You might as well, because the veterans, certain veterans are not giving you anything. They're hurting your team. Yeah, she is slower, and she know that, and she still contribute. She still contribute, and she know her role, and she's not jealous, and she's not sabotaging Kiki. She's not getting into it with the other veterans. Yeah, definitely. She do. She do have him on a leash. That's why he here. Because he saw that Tyler is not going to challenge anything. Exactly. The only way Angel gets better at a point is to bring the ball up to get comfortable with ball pressure. Yeah, but I don't want her. I don't want her to do that. Um, I want to see HBO handle the ball a little bit more. Um, I didn't want HBO on the sky. I like HBO, but I don't want. I didn't want her on the sky. Um, I like a little bit more. If you were gonna do that, you could have got JJ Cornerly, or you could have got a Zaza James. There's a few players I would have picked over HBO, and she wasn't it. As far as that, what you picked her, she was picked too high for me. No, I didn't say you're right, but he should have did that. She's younger. She's the anchor because she's going to anchor your defense. Um, I'm not talking about what's off the court. Of course, she give you the money off the court, as far as the merchandise and her popularity. They should have. The slew on her way out the door. I don't see her. She signed a 1 year deal anyway. I think. Yeah, but guess what? Like I said, it's balls to the wall. No, she can't handle the pressure, but you have nothing to lose. You have 3 wins. You drafted her high. Angel wanted, that's her girl. Angel wanted her, and now you just have to play her. You can't do any worse than Rachel. You can't do any worse than Rachel. But one thing I do know, she's going to shoot better than Rachel, and she's not going to come down and just jack up shots. She's very steady with that. So if you let Rachel handle the ball, then why not let HBO handle the ball a little bit more? You know, and to protect her from turning the ball over, you have to have Angel set screens for her when she's coming up the floor. Yeah, she should retire. She should retire. And Jeff made her seem like she's gonna come in and they gonna get a playoff spot with her. And she had some games before she got injured where she played pretty good, but also had some games where she her shot wasn't falling and she was getting beat on defense, and her age showed. Her age showed, and yeah, she should retire. And if you wanted to bring her back, well, like I just don't understand what Jeff was thinking, giving her all that leeway and saying, "Hey, I would do this, and I want you to come here." And I don't get it. Wrong, veteran. She could still be the shooting guard. It's just that she had to get better with her ball handling skills, as far as yeah, taking care of the ball. But I don't want necessarily want her to shoot. I want her to play like she did at TCU, where they were setting screens and she was getting downhill and getting her layups. Because you forget she was playing with Prince, Sedona Prince, who was 6'7". So she know how to play with the bigger players, a little bit more pick and roll. I think she would do great in pick and roll, what they don't do. I don't understand why they don't do enough of pick and roll with her on the floor. Because when Sloot went out, Atkins, who else you got out there? And you cannot continue to play Rachel Banham. And she should be the seventh player on the bench, not the player you start. Every now and then, she should have a short leash, and she cannot bring the ball up. She cannot bring the ball up. Yeah, he look, yeah, but guess what? He's gonna leave probably before she do. If the Chicago Sky had any sense, she's gonna leave before Jeff do. I mean, he's gonna leave before Angel do. Excuse me, because she's bringing in the money, and she also when the facilities get here, now she can recruit other players, and then with this new collective agreement, um, it's like a clean slate. So now if Jeff is gone, okay, well Jeff is gone. I'm here. The players actually like playing with Angel. It's just that organization is a hot mess. So yeah, yeah. I just want to come up here and talk about the WNBA and Caitlin Karma, Caitlin going 0 for 7 after she didn't act a dang on fool and you know fussing at the referees, telling players I could do with the F what I want to, and I just enjoyed the fact that she lost the game. It's hard watching the Fever with that toxic energy with the fans, and sometimes now she's acting toxic as well. And yeah, I don't want to watch it no more. And yeah, unfortunately, the All Star game is in Indiana, and I hope the players have a good experience. She was in practice yesterday. Furthermore, he should have brought Sloot in as assistant coach. Uh, assistant coach. She didn't want to come here unless it's under her whatever her rules. As far as she wanted Errol Atkins to come as well, and she wanted to know that she was going to be the starter. And I don't think she wanted to be the coach, any coaching position. Now maybe they asked her, but with the situation with the coach, what they gonna do with Tyler Marsh after the season? Is Jeff gonna be there? Because it's gonna be very interesting next year. But they have to start. To me, they have to start with a clean slate. They having this facility is gonna be built. It should be ready by next year. I don't know. Because of everything, because everything backfired on Jeff. He said didn't no one want to come to the sky because of teaspoon. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. They didn't want to come because the sky had a bad. No, they didn't come because of they didn't put what was he talking about? What is Jeff talking about? Everybody loved Teaspoon. You saw her response, the players' response to her in Unrivaled. Everybody loved Teaspoon. They didn't come because of you. They didn't come because of Jeff. They didn't come because the facilities wasn't good. They didn't come because they don't treat players well as far as the pregame meals. They seeing what other teams are doing as far as the pregame meals and how they treat the players. The meals is already set up for them. The facilities are nice. They sharing the facilities with DePaul University, and it don't even say the dang on sky. It's got the DePaul sign on it. I want Angel Camilla off the team now. Nah, I want them to stay in Chicago. I just want Jeff gone. Jeff is the toxic one. I want Jeff gone, and I hope the owner put D Wade in charge. I hate watching hooping and wishing they lose. I hate watch hoping and wishing they lose. Ooh, you talking about the fever or the sky? All the stuff she did to Angel, all the stuff she did to Angel backfire on her. Yeah, yeah. Stu wanted to be a star. Slew knew better. Slew knew that Jeff is a fool. Slew know that Jeff don't have any sense because Slew was sitting on the bench in New York. And she knew she was on her way out, and she saw a sucker and she licked him. As far as she knew, let me say, oh, I come to I already been with this team and I want a championship with the Sky. But if I tell him I want this, he's gonna do it, and he did it. Snoop knew full well she's not a star anymore. She's not even a highly skilled role player anymore. She has some good games, a little bit, maybe one or two good games, maybe one and a half. But she's not the same player. She's old. She can't guard nobody. Um, Outshine Angel? No, she wasn't gonna outshine Angel. So it's just a hot mess, a hot mess. So once again, um, Angel right now is in 13th place in voting. Vote for her for the All Star and make the Indiana Caitlin Clarkies mad. Let's make them mad, y'all. So vote for Angel. Yeah, she did. And she did try to ruin Angel. Yep. That's why Gabby went to the Fever. Yeah, I hate watch the Fever too. Look. I like Aaliyah Boston. I don't have nothing against Caitlin. I don't hate Caitlin. I just think Caitlin just need to play basketball. Quit fussing at the referees. Quit doing dirty stuff and hiding your hands and just being just as dirty as Sophie Cunningham. Quit hiding your hands. You know, and acting like you're innocent when you're not. And somebody was talking about, there's another thing that irritates me about the situation with Caitlin Clark. Now people saying that Sophie is her bodyguard. Fine. I don't want the black players. I'm gonna say it like Leah Boston, Natasha Howard, Sydney Colson, and Dewana Bonner, and even Kelsey Mitchell, who's playing. Kelsey Mitchell. Come on. A lot of those games that they did win, she was balling, but she never got the credit. I don't want them to be enforcers. This is not hockey. I don't want them to be to think that black women is good enough just to be enforcers in this league. A lot of these records that were set by black women, and it was built off the backs of mostly black players. And I don't like that scenario or that image of us just being enforcers. Kaylin is a grown woman. Kaylin do some dirty stuff on the floor, and she has to take care of that herself. Nobody is going to force anything just because I'm your teammate. And I hope that they are getting on her butt in the locker room. Like, look, you got to stop with all that mess. I'm not your enforcer. Let's just get out here and play some basketball. So that's why I hate Watch the Fever, because I don't like that scenario that they putting out there that they should be enforcers. Right? Me too. Yeah, I don't want them to think they have to be enforcers. And they have to speak up. I'm very disappointed in the players of the Fever. All this is going on. You got to speak up. You so busy trying to collect that paycheck that you don't want to speak up on when stuff is going on. Yeah, she do. She got a little that's my girl from South Carolina. But yeah, she do throw them bowls, as Ludacris say. She do go in with her elbows, and that was one of the reasons why Brittany Griner was about to get with her. She known to throw elbows, but dirty, not necessarily dirty, but she gets physical. The deaconess, she's very religious, so I call her the deaconess of elbows. That's what I'm gonna call her. But yeah, she get with it. So yeah, but Angel in 13th place. Kayla Thornton. I couldn't think of her name. Kayla Thornton from the Bucks. Both of her too. I didn't see it coming with her having an All-Star season. Of course, one of my favorite players, and she's so funny to me, Alicia Gray. Both of her for All-Star. And it was a video, but I didn't get a chance to get to it. Check her out on X. That's Drew Lloyd's mom, Gwendolyn Lloyd, at Gwen Lloyd 1, I think. Uh, she did the boots on the ground for her baby. Both for Joy Lloyd. That's I'm not voting for Julia Lloyd. She's a good player. She's not having an all-star game, but it was a cute video. And so, I still respect Julia Lloyd. She's not having an all-star uh season. So not Kayla McBride. The young lady from the Bucks having a better season, and they have a better record. And both of that young lady, Kayla Thornton, both of her. Uh, so let's see one of these Bucks on there. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about. And I'd like to thank everybody coming into the stream. Big Girl, AL504, Reddit Milky Way. Let me see this. I'm sorry. CC was jacked up last night because she never heard the media talk about. Yeah, and guess what? It affected her. She only scored 11 points. She couldn't really do what she do. It got in her head. Now you know how Angel feels when the media getting talk stuff and try to get in your head. Can't handle it. Oh, why you don't like AB? I like her. It's just sometimes I don't want her. I don't want her to be. They signed her to one more year after this year with the Fever, and I hope after the 2026 season that she would leave the Fever. I really hope that she would leave the Fever. Don't stay there. Because you're always gonna be the Caitlin Clark bodyguard or the Caitlin Clark lackey, and you're gonna be in her shadow in a negative way. The fans, if you don't play good, gonna say some stuff they shouldn't say, and they should, because she's trying to act like all innocent and all that stuff. It was so silly. Oh no, I got to vote for her. I did vote for her, so I had to vote again. Yeah, I like Alicia Gray. She has a come on now. The surprising Atlanta Dream. They have a better record than they did at this time last year, and she's playing her and Ryan Howard, and I like Brianna Jones playing pretty good for them. So yeah, I don't want to come up here too long, but I appreciate everybody from stopping by and giving their input. Um, yeah, thank you everybody that came in and on your way, or if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I am out.